Hey guys, how's it going? It's Jewel and Arit here, and this is the Quarantine Life, episode 22.
Yes, awesome. So I just jumped off of another live stream coming into this one. It's been a crazy day. We'll tell you more about that later. But for those of you who are just joining us, every day we've been going live on our channel and on Facebook at 6 p.m. PST for these Quarantine Life episodes to show up for you guys, let you know what we're up to, and to just hang out and have fun because everyone's on lockdown. And, you know, I think it's kind of ironic too, because even though there's this whole social distancing and you can't really, meet up with people, there seems to be more socialness going on in terms of the virtual world and connecting with people through video chat and online through social media. So this has been pretty cool. And we have also been focusing a lot on the positive aspects of being in quarantine, of what's going on right now, because there's a lot of things that we can focus on that are not good, that might put us in a bad mood, but it's really dependent on what you pay attention to, where you focus your attention. So we hope that with these Quarantine Life episodes, that this is kind of like a small dose of fun for you guys.
And we switched up the locations today because it's getting really hot in that room. It becomes like the greenhouse, and it's so hot in there. So that's why we moved over here to the living room. And let's say hello to some people. So we've got Liat.
Hi, Liat.
Braden.
Hey, Braden and Robin.
Robin, good evening, ladies. Jewel and Audrey. Everyone always writes your name like that. You are delightful, smart, and provide such great information. And it's Arit.
I've gotten so many different versions of my name. It's not a problem.
Hey, Roland. How's it going? Thank you. Yeah, we just decided to switch it up. And yeah, Arit just came from a live stream in the other room, which it was really hot in there.
Yeah, because as some of you guys might know, there's the Artpreneurs Virtual Summit happening right now for creative entrepreneurs. So there's all these sessions from different speakers going on, but there are also live Q&A panels and live networking with the attendees of the summit and other speakers. So today we were on one at 11 a.m. PST, just connecting we were on a panel about building communities, talking to people about building communities around your talent and your artwork, which is cool. And then there was another virtual networking session an hour before, so 5 p.m. PST. Just getting to connect with the attendees and speakers. So it's been a lot of live video today, but it's been fun. It's been so fun connecting with others on talking about creative artwork and how to put your art out there and best channels to do so. So it's been really cool. Linda says,
sorry, don't mind me. I'm just eating
some
quick snack.
She's got her mac and cheese right now.
Annie's mac and cheese.
That's a vegan mac and cheese, right?
I don't gluten-free.
Oh, gluten-free.
It's vegan.
I've never tried that before. Linda says, so glad I caught you tonight. Love your content. Oh, thank you so much, Linda.
Thank you so much, Linda. How long have you been watching for?
And where are you watching from?
And I always like to ask, what video did you first stumble upon of ours? Robin says, so what's your read on whether a big portion of the workforce will switch to working at home? Oh my, that was typed Arit. I know, autocorrect. Yeah, it's like the default is Audrey.
I've had so many funny autocorrects. I could probably create an entire video on that. So to address your comment there, I think this is, what's happening right now is it's a one of a kind event right now, what's happening for sure, going in the history books. But I think this is it's a huge shift in the way, it's a planetary shift in the way things are going to be working. In so many different aspects, but also in the economy, of course. And yes, everyone is taking this opportunity to go online. Even some of the major companies and everything, they've had to shift their entire business models in such a short period of time to be able to service the online world. I know Airbnb experiences, which if you guys don't know, Airbnb experiences is like they do the accommodation side of things, but then you can also book experiences or adventures in different cities across the world when you go to travel there. So for example, we have a local experience here talking to people about YouTube. It's called Hang Out with Local YouTubers in Vancouver. And that was an in-person thing. Everything is like
everything on Airbnb was in person.
Yeah.
You stay at a person's home, you do an experience with a local in that city that you're visiting, and they've lost that completely. So they are now trying to do these things called online experiences right now.
Yeah.
And they've really shifted immediately. Like as soon as they had to shut down all of our physical local experiences, they immediately launched a plan for online, like really fast for an organization that big.
Yeah, and they've contacted all of their Airbnb experience hosts to put their experience in an online version, which is what we've done, but to basically cater whatever it is that you do to be able to service people online. And we've been encouraging everyone to do that, you got to diversify. This is the time to recalibrate. This is the time to, it's always a good thing to be adaptive to what's going on in our surroundings, but now more than ever, we have to adapt. We have to, if you're going to play the game of, marketing, putting yourself out there, building an online business, this is what needs to be done.
We mentioned this in previous quarantine life episodes that there's going to be two kinds of people in this. People that take advantage of this situation in a good way and make something of this, use this time wisely, use this time to upgrade themselves, use this time to start something. And then there's going to be the other side where they're not going to do anything at all, complaining, saying that this is a horrible time.
Yeah.
Basically just Netflix and chilling 24/7, which I like to do Netflix and chill, but it's a scheduled time slot.
Yeah,
at
there's
the end
a time
of the day.
and place for everything, right? And there's it's like we schedule our leisure activities too in the day, but if there's something that needs to be done right now, it's that we need to adapt and create online versions of whatever it is that we do. Create your product or service and share it. Put yourself out there. Linda says, just the last week or so, I'm in Naples, Florida, and I saw one of the quarantine videos last weekend. Cool. Awesome. Just opening an Etsy and YouTube. Awesome. Very cool. So you're opening an Etsy store and
a YouTube
you've started a channel? Nice. That's exciting.
Taking action right there. Please let us know the name of your YouTube channel. We have a lot of other YouTube channel creators here as well, and I'm sure we can all subscribe to each other.
Absolutely.
So please let us know the name of your channel and what it's about. And congratulations on 169 subscribers. That's amazing.
That's so, you should be very proud. It's so gratifying to pass your first 100 subscribers, and it's really tough. That first journey of reaching 100 subscribers is tough. So
and
amazing
what
job.
And if you don't mind me asking, what are you going to sell on Etsy?
Yeah, good question. Robin says, my
Logitech C920, when I face a window, is displaying my face with an overwhelming blue tone.
Oh.
Any ideas how I correct that? So, lighting is so tricky, and you might need another light source. You might need to switch locations if that's happening because of the window. Yeah, we are covered in windows here, and that's why there's like some crazy abstract shadows happening right now. It's really hard to get away from it. We would literally need to go like in the dark hallway over there to not get any of this kind of stuff. But yeah, you might need to change locations, get a separate light source, or time your filming. I personally like filming when it's doing the sunset thing, because then this harsh glare isn't happening and it's not penetrating through the windows, and it just looks a lot better after sunset. And unfortunately, like that's how it works here. So I have to work with the sun, and we have to collaborate. Because if I try and do a filming now, it's not gonna be preferable for the videos. So you got to work with what you've got going on around you.
With the Logitech webcam, it's not something that you can manually fix to be able to, reduce the blue tone or anything like that, because it just kind of auto adjusts to the amount of lighting in the room. So so definitely you might need to be in a more controlled environment.
Wait for the sun to go down.
Yeah.
Sunset is usually a good time to film. You'll still have light, but it won't be like harsh light like this right now.
And sometimes too, like, I don't get to be able to film later on in the day, because I like filming earlier in the day rather than the evening. So if I do have to, we have the C930, Logitech C930E, and we film with the webcam. And when I do it, I still go ahead, but then you can do a little bit of auto, like post correction in your video editing too. Like we use Camtasia, the video editing software. So when you do the post, you can kind of brighten it up a little bit and sort of adjust the color, but you can't do too much to it. But
if there's already
a little bit,
there's already a blue thing, an overwhelming blue tone, not sure you'll be able to remove that.
Yeah, it depends what it looks like.
You'll maybe be able to lighten it, but I don't think you'll be able to remove it.
Liette says, had an intention to tune into the Q&A today, but was on an unusually long walk. Long walks are good. Stopped to say hi to our friends, and they insisted we hang outside at a distance, of course, and enjoy some shots. Nice. Enjoying some shots at a distance. I love it. It's so funny. So funny, the social hanging out that we have adjusted to today.
Yes, it will be at 11 a.m. PST.
Yeah, so there will be another live Q&A tomorrow at 11 a.m. PST at the Artpreneurs Virtual Summit. But I believe you can also still go back, because I know you're registered, Liette, as an attendee. So I believe you can also go back and view today's live Q&A that happened this morning as well. You have access, if you got the free pass, you have access to see all of the sessions, everything that's happened over the weekend until I think it's end of day Sunday, or maybe they have an extra 24 hours Monday, end of day Monday.
I think it might be Monday.
But yeah, if you have the Thriving Artist Pass, if you upgraded, then you have it for 90 days. But yeah, you'll be able to go back and watch the session that happened today, and then there's still one happening tomorrow as well.
Linda says her channel name is her name, which
okay, cool.
My channel name is my name. So Linda Lee Barnum. Let's check that out right now.
Awesome. And she says she's selling jewelry that she makes, and also junk journal. So journals and stuff that decorates paper and fabric crafting. Very cool. So
ooh,
is that what your YouTube channel's about?
Yeah. Making altered CD covers.
Oh, cool.
So you've got a lot of crafting videos. That's so cool. Let me go back to the homepage here. So
That's really awesome.
Oh, cannot see it properly, but make sure to subscribe to her channel, guys.
Did craft fairs for 10 years or so, but that's not happening.
Yeah, veteran crafter. We have a veteran crafter. That's awesome.
And kudos to you for,
for putting it on YouTube.
Adapting to the times right now.
Yeah. Keep at it, keep going. And, over time, start to implement SEO, which is search engine optimization, because crafting videos do extremely well on YouTube. You just need to know how to do the titling and stuff. But that will come with practice over time. But until then, work that habit of creation, of consistently posting. That is what you want to strengthen the most.
And I'm not sure, I didn't look at fully on your channel here, but also I see like you're showing a lot of what you do too. If you get comfortable with it, another content piece of idea for you is to create a video sharing your story. Who is Linda and what's your story? Why did you start, creating these journals? And People love connecting with the artist and getting to know who that person is beyond the actual artwork. And they love behind the scenes stuff too. So it's another cool piece of content for you.
And then Braden says, I was hoping Fernando would touch on sourcing designers. Do you have any tips for those of us who aren't creative? Yes.
Yeah,
so
we did that.
We found back when we were doing merch by Amazon, print on demand, that kind of stuff, we used to outsource our designers. Arit did a lot of designs, but we needed volume. So we found people on Upwork. So we hired people on Upwork, and we got designs for about $3 to $5 a design, and these were for t-shirts. These were t-shirt designs, and we had to think of them. We thought of these kinds of ideas, and then we gave them to them, and then they created the t-shirt design, and that was $3 to $5 per design, depending on how intricate the design is going to be. But a lot of the times you can create some simple text designs. I remember when I was so into print on demand, I would hear a funny phrase or a funny word or something, and I would just take that and put it on a t-shirt. And I remember like from the very beginning, I did a shirt that said "yup," like YUP period. Because I used to say, I think I still do say that all the time. And I was like, I'll just put it on a t-shirt. I'll just put it on a t-shirt. And then that sold a bunch of times. And just you get ideas all around. And it doesn't have to be complicated. Honestly, with t-shirt and those kinds of designs, the more simple, the better.
And to add to that, Braden, so yeah, we sourced some designers, graphic designers on Upwork. And I did like a whole hiring process because you have to sift through a lot of people to find some good people. I mean, everyone has their own profile on Upwork, and you can see some of their portfolio and their reviews. So that kind of filters out. That's your first step in filtering out, like, definitely must have good reviews, and you must connect with the profile, what they're saying, make sure their English is good too.
Yeah,
pay attention
key
to that.
Oh my God, make sure they speak English really well.
Yeah, because they have to, sometimes the ideas for like the designs are colloquial in a way, like you have to be able to really understand the English language sometimes to get the ideas that we were sharing with the designers. So yeah, make sure that we actually did an interview.
Contest.
Like, we did an interview chat with after filtering through all of their profiles, we chose a handful of people to do chat interviews with and make sure that they actually do understand the English language. And also too, to be able to show us a design. So it's kind of like a live demo for them to show us their work. So we would give them an idea and say, can you create a design on this? And then they would do it and come back to us. That was like the homework assignment after the live interview, the chat interview. So there's certain things like that you could do, but make sure that you give them a piece of homework to do so that you can make sure they get what it is that you're trying to convey with your design ideas.
Yeah, make sure you get, because I remember we would bring it down to 3 or 4 designers, and then we would all tell them at the same time, create us a cool graphic of a dog wearing sunglasses, and we would choose like a specific type of dog.
Yeah.
And then we're like, give us your best version, obviously, and see if you can create many other versions. And we would take a look at those kinds of things. What was their first version like? Were they able to provide more than one? Some people didn't listen and they only gave us one. And we pay attention to those little cues, if they understand us or if they're giving more effort and stuff like that. And we had our designers on for years, like a couple of years we used them.
So after that whole hiring process that we did, we were able to work with those same people for years. So definitely don't be afraid to create like a more stringent filter process for people, because it's important to find the right person to work with.
And Roland says, I'm subscriber number 170. Linda, you got another subscriber. Nice.
And us too. Did you press subscribe?
Oh, yeah. I'm like,
171.
What? Here we go. Boom. Subscribed.
Nice.
With notifications.
Robin
Robin says, LUTs are available for Filmic Pro. Can these be used with Camtasia, or is there another way to accomplish that? Yeah, unfortunately, Camtasia is not that advanced where you can have these kinds of presets and things like that Filmic Pro and all these kinds of more advanced editing softwares have. Camtasia is definitely more basic in that sense. They do have a color correction type feature, but it's very, very basic. It's literally just like, the dark and the light and the colors and things like that. It's nothing technical like there is in Adobe Premiere or anything like that. So unfortunately not. You won't be able to integrate that. Braden says, Linda, use hashtag craft with me right now.
I guess that's a trending hashtag.
Maybe.
Take the opportunity.
Cool idea. Mary says, love from India.
Hi,
Hello.
Mary.
Hello from Vancouver. And then,
Product Patrol saying hello to everybody.
Robin says Upwork. Upwork is a place where you can hire people to do all different kinds of things. There are tons of designers, creators, video editors, virtual assistants. It's a network. It's kind of like Fiverr, but not. And you can just go and hire people. People have their portfolios on there. You can choose the country of the person you want to hire. If you want them to be North American, if you want them to be from another country, that type of thing. And yeah, you can hire them for anything.
Yeah, it's a little bit more of a formal marketplace, I would say, than Fiverr. But there's freelancers there for all types of stuff. So you can actually be a freelancer on Upwork too and gain clients that way. All kinds of stuff, SEO, writing, social media, video
graphics,
editing, like it could go on and on.
App creators,
development. So you can be a freelancer on that site as well. Upwork.com is the website. And then also it's also a place to look for people to outsource to.
Yeah, so how it works when you hire someone, it's to keep both parties protected. Mm-hmm. So us as the person hiring and then the person being hired, nobody screws anyone over with the money and not paying and all this kind of stuff. So when you hire someone and you agree upon, okay, this project for this price, the money goes into escrow, which basically means it goes on to Upwork's website or whatever.
Being held.
Yeah, held by a third party. And then the designer would submit their work, and then we see it, and then we haven't paid them yet, and then we approve it, and then the money gets released to them. Yeah. So it's like a safe way of hiring people online, because there have been people that have gotten tricked and stuff. We missed a bunch.
Oh, it's Product Patrol. How's it going?
Hello, hey, Cheeks of Product Patrol. He does a gaming live stream an hour before us, and it is mayhem. Him and Camera Lady, they were playing a hockey game on their Nintendo.
It's a party.
Yeah, if you just want to grab some popcorn and have some entertainment
and do all of those emojis there, right there, that he's putting out, that's basically his channel.
Braden says, I'm at tier 100 on Merch by Amazon and found it so difficult to find quality at a point that it made sense. So I gave up on it, but I want to get back into it. So you tier 100 at Merch by Amazon, you found it difficult to find quality designers. Is that correct? I remember in the beginning, we did not hire any designers. There was 3 of us, another girl that we went to high school with, and there were 3 of us, and we came up with the designs ourselves. And we made them in PowerPoint. And
not PowerPoint.
Sorry,
Photoshop.
Photoshop.
Yeah.
And then Maria, which is our other team member, she made them in GIMP.
Yeah.
And then there was there's so many programs that free almost programs that you can create, and she would just make really easy designs. And there's places where you can find free graphics to use ready to put on shirts. So there's places like Free Pick, Flat Icon, you do need to give pay for the subscription to use the icons on your shirts. shirts. Those like church and shirts together.
On your church.
Sure. Okay, so yeah, flat icon, and you need to pay for the subscription, but I have to say it was totally worth it because they have millions of icons that are ready to use on the shirt. And I remember, and I'll share the secret, I used to go on flat icon, and they have this tool called like a pattern creator.
Oh, yes.
You can create patterns where you take one icon, put it in this pattern visual editor that they have, and then it duplicates it, and then it made this like pattern. Now the pattern didn't go across the entire t-shirt, it just kind of went across the chest and stomach area, but I would do these cool patterns of a pineapple wearing sunglasses or an apple wearing. There was a whole stage of just fruits wearing sunglasses, I remember.
Everything wearing sunglasses.
Yeah, like whatever cool, neat icon I could find, I would just put sunglasses on it. And like it was that simple. I was
keep it simple, Braden. It doesn't need to be complicated. It's another thing if you don't even want to do it at all and you just want to outsource it, that's different. But if if you're not sure if you can create it yourself, there's so many tools out there where you don't need to be a designer. You just literally layer icons like Jewel was saying, and that's your design.
Because I don't know how to use Photoshop properly. Like I know how to use it in the very, very basic sense for text and stuff, but not like how Arit does. Arit can actually create graphics and stuff. But I didn't. I just used all the softwares around,
But if you really do just want to outsource it, then it does involve having a good filter and hiring process like we were talking about. So making sure you go through everybody's profiles, resumes, making sure you do like a live chat or live interview or something with them and getting a sample of their work, like giving them an actual example aside from their portfolio, and seeing how they do on that.
And another thing to get past your 100 tier is Amazon allows you to purchase your own t-shirts. You can have family and friends purchase your t-shirts because you need to sell. I believe it was like you needed to sell 100 to get past the 100 tier. So there's many different things that you could do. There are people that lowered it down at cost just so that they could get tiered up so that they could have more designs. There are people that had their family and friends buy them. But yeah, I mean, there's many different methods that you can do. Or you could collaborate with if you have a graphic designer type friend, you could collaborate with them and say, we can go 50-50 on this. You create the designs, I'll upload them and do all the SEO and, the keyword research and all that, and then do like a 50-50 thing.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
Roland says, Braden, do you have a channel?
Yeah, let's subscribe.
And then got a couple of channels, but nothing published yet.
Oh, Shawn has a question.
How do you do the picture-in-picture live streaming thing that you're doing right now? Okay, so this thing is called the StreamYard platform. So StreamYard is an online streaming software. And in the description of this YouTube video, there is a link to it. And if you use that link, you also get a $10 credit towards it. It is a paid software, but they do have a free version that Cheeks of Product Patrol was using initially. Obviously, when you use the free version, you have their little logo and stuff like that. But you can use the free version, and eventually Cheeks upgraded to the paid version because he was enjoying it. I have to say this is the best streaming software that I use that can stream to multiple places at once. That is very user-friendly. A lot of people have talked about OBS, which is totally confusing. And I remember seeing a video on OBS and I was like, I don't even want to try that.
Yeah. The free version, you can stream to one channel, or not channel, but one social media platform. And you can't do the customizations like you see here. So you will need at least I can't remember what it's called, but the one above it, which is the first paid plan, which allows you to stream to two platforms, anywhere on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter as well.
So what we do is
Yeah.
we stream to the Facebook, somewhere on Facebook, one of our profiles or our group, and then when we go live, then I just go and quickly share it so
Mhm.
that it's like it's right now it's streaming to 3 places technically. So it's streaming to my Facebook profile, this Facebook group that we have going, Creative Business Success, that you see at the bottom, and then this YouTube channel. Robin says, you have vetted some great ones. Can you share who passed the grade? What was the name?
Oh.
Gabriel?
Yeah, actually, I don't mind. I'll message you. I don't want to share it like public here because it's their personal contact information. So I want to protect their confidentiality. But I'll definitely let him know that, like, to see if he's still looking for work. Because we're not using him as much as we used to be honest. So I would love to connect you guys. So message or email us, Robin. Our contact info should be in the
description.
Yeah, in the description. So either message me on Facebook or email me. Yeah, I'd be happy to connect you guys.
Someone says, do you guys still grow your merch account? No, unfortunately, we have stopped doing merch by Amazon. Over a year now, we haven't touched merch by Amazon. I will say that in the beginning, we did merch for like 2 years, I think. And it was really exciting because it was so new and coming up with designs. But then you can still make money with it now, but it's highly competitive right now because there are a ton of people. But there are still people that we know that are killing it, that make 10,000 plus just in their commissions from their merch by Amazon accounts. They're at tier, I don't know, 5,000, 10,000, very high tiers. But for us, the kind of work that we enjoy is this kind of work, is the connection type of work. The thing with merch by Amazon is it is very hands-off, meaning you upload the shirt, it gets sold, you see it in the dashboard, you have no idea who that person is, or no way of contacting them or anything like that, which can be good and bad. For us,
Yeah,
it was bad because we actually like connecting with people and having a little bit more meat in the game, if you know what I mean. This is very hands-off, so it really depends on what you like. Someone said, wait, oh man,
I saw
we're missing
cool 3 new subscribers from here.
Linda
Yeah,
said, cool.
I love it.
Yeah, people on this quarantine live stream, we have been very supportive of each other, and everyone's just like, hello. And it's
such an amazing community here. I love it. You guys are awesome.
It's really cool. And Braden says, number 173 here, Linda.
Yeah.
So now I'm looking forward to your content, Linda. Please share. And then Braden says, yeah, I was really struggling with Photoshop. There are great ideas. I have bookmark flat icon. Yeah, that one is like
it's
a little cheat hack.
Golden nugget for you.
It was just like really easy to use. They're already done for you. Sorry for the bombing of comments with questions.
No problem.
But do you think would be a good place to start to learn? What do you think would be a good place to start to learn SEO? The amount of info is overwhelming.
SEO for what exactly, Braden? Are you talking about merch by Amazon still, or YouTube, or?
If you're talking about YouTube, we do have a course for that.
Yeah.
If you're talking about merch by Amazon, then that's like the whole. I would say it's easier than like blog SEO or YouTube SEO. But yeah, just let us know which kind of SEO you're talking about. Generally, it's the same kind of concept.
But slightly different in the application. It's the same kind of theory behind the keyword research, but different in terms of application depending on which platform you're talking about.
Product Patrol Cheeks says, tried OBS so many times, never worked. Way too difficult. Yeah, I've heard it all about that software. When you can get it to work, you can get a really professional stream going on and you can have it look really good. But I've heard more complaints than good things about it. Braden says, I'd be interested in your contacts as well. Yep, please
message me, Braden.
Message us. Our contact email is in the description.
Yep.
My jewelry is displayed on Facebook at the In the Sun Creations LLC. Take a peek. I will take a peek.
Cool. That's the name of your Facebook page?
In the Sun
And we will take a
Creations.
peek, Linda. I miss the craft fairs, she says. Yeah, that's the thing. If you're a people person, you know, you like connecting with people. Yeah, it's different. It's different now. We have to connect virtually with people, and just like you're doing here, right? Different experience, but still, you're able to create some great connections with people just through connecting with them online.
Is it this one? In the Sun Creations jewelry/watches? I'm not sure if I have the right one here.
I think she says, I think that was I think you said yes, Linda. Is that a reply to what Jewel just asked? Let us know. Yes, she says yes, that's the one.
Oh, cool. So it's like glass and stuff found from the beaches. That's cool.
Ooh, nice. Repurposing.
Yeah, it says.
Braden says, see, I didn't even realize there was much of a difference between the platforms.
Oh, yeah, it's totally different.
Yeah.
Each platform, doing blog SEO is completely different from doing YouTube SEO on the videos. Because they all have different like sections. They all have to do with titling, but then there's like keywords for things. Merch by Amazon doesn't have really keywords. It's the way that you put it in your title and the description and all this kind of stuff. But at the same time, you have to be like, you can't be too salesy, and it is confusing.
So if I could maybe do a general description of SEO, it would be this. It would be that you need to do research, keyword research on finding a keyword phrase that is highly searched, but not much competition on it. So that goes for all platforms, whether that's, Google, someone searching on Google, or someone searching on YouTube, or someone searching in Etsy or Merch by Amazon. So the whole thing is to do the research to find that golden key phrase. And there are different tools for different platforms. So we use TubeBuddy for YouTube, and we have a whole course on how to rank your videos in SEO using TubeBuddy. But TubeBuddy is a tool that allows us to find that keyword phrase that we can rank our videos for, depending on what the video is about. So there are other tools, like there's a tool for Etsy called eRank that allows you to do the research for Etsy, for doing SEO on Etsy. And there's different, like there's Keyword Planner for Google.
There's a tool for Merch by Amazon called Merch Informer. Everyone always creates these like SEO tools for the different platforms, and there are. But it just depends which one you're going for.
Yeah, so that's kind of the basics of it. And then there are certain things that you can do on each of those platforms to boost the SEO, boost the ranking even more. But that's kind of the blanket explanation.
I just checked out the In the Sun Creations, and I can't really see here.
Yeah, that's really good.
The necklace.
Can you increase your brightness on your screen?
It's all full maximum brightness. Oh, that's just the brightness screen. Here, cool. Shell necklace.
That looks nice.
From like stuff found on the beach.
That's really beautiful.
They call it upcycling instead of recycling.
So Linda, are you have you made your first sales on Etsy yet? And have you been getting customers from YouTube as well? How is that working for you?
Yeah, you can definitely use your YouTube videos to get customers. Like, those people that do those paintings, those crazy paintings that get millions of views, they're just showing themselves do the paintings. And then at the end in the description, you see like it's for sale, and it's a lead into their website, and they're showing people how they do it. And, other people can do their own, but then people just like want to buy that one. So it's like, sometimes I wish I was a painter, because like I would do so many of those.
People love those kinds of channels. And that's why I said to also create some videos of just you talking, like sharing your story or sharing what your studio looks like bringing people into your space, because like that's what you want. You want people to connect with you in that way. And that even makes them more of a fan and eventually, hopefully, a buyer, right? That's kind of the progression of the relationship. But yeah, there's, like, we always tell so many people to put more video into their marketing, because it's really the
Video
fastest
makes
way.
you stand out.
Yeah, it makes you stand out against your competition, but it's also the fastest way to connect with someone, like rather
Seeing
than
who
just
you
reading.
are.
Yeah, seeing who you are. Exactly.
I'll give an example. Okay, so we used to be on Fiverr. We used to be freelancers on Fiverr, and for every Fiverr gig that we had a video, and that already set us apart. And Arit had one for graphic design, which she did crazy on, and we had almost 1,000 5-star reviews before a crazy story happened, which is also another YouTube video. But when you put yourself out there on video and you show your personality, you're being genuine and authentic, people gravitate towards that. Like, there are people that were cheaper than us because we were charging a pretty higher amount in the Fiverr world compared to a lot of other people. You know, we were charging hundreds of dollars where people were charging like 20 or something like that. But people wanted to work with Arit because she put herself out there on the video. As soon as you put video up and you are, you're doing it correctly, it sets you apart from a lot of people. And we use our YouTube channel as leverage all the time here in the physical world in Vancouver when we are networking. We'll meet people in the networking world. And, everyone's like, doing the regular schmooze. Oh, how's it going? What's your business? Blah, blah, blah. Cards go flying around, right? Well, we give them our specific YouTube card because that's the one that I want them to see. And then because it makes us stand out. And then oftentimes we'll come back to like the meeting another week because it's a regular meeting. And then when we met the person last week, they had a chance to check out our channel. And when they see our channel, like, they usually come up right up to us and they're like, oh my God, I saw your channel. I love your channel. I want to work with you guys. Like, so many times that happens. And it's just like, it just sets you apart from a lot of other people.
Like, it's an extension of you. Like, you being on video is an extension of you. So you're almost continuing the conversation with that person without actually being there. Yes, it's a form of leverage. So they're getting to know you and who you are and your personality without you actually even being there. So that's why, we can rant on and on about video all day.
Someone said tools for Google organic search keywords.
So I used to use Google Keyword Planner. I know it's changed quite a bit though since I've last used it, but so I would have a couple questions to that, Robin. Like, is it something that is it a website that you're wanting to rank? Or again, is it a YouTube channel? Because, there are lots of plugins for helping you with SEO in terms of like a WordPress website, for example. There's Yoast is a really good SEO plugin. It really depends on what exactly are you wanting to rank, I guess, for in the Google search.
And then Linda said, I have an Etsy shop, but nothing listed. Keep us posted on what you are listing.
Yeah, let us know when you put your first listing up. We'd love to see it.
Braden says Google Trends is a good place to start.
Yeah, for finding out exactly what people are searching for. That's a great tip, Braden.
And then Braden said that bonkers lady screwed you over on Fiverr.
Braden knows the story.
Yeah, there's a whole 20-minute video of me explaining exactly what happened. Just type in our Essetino Fiverr and you'll see the video of me explaining the whole thing. And yeah, we lost a lot of revenue on that, but I have to say that Fiverr was a totally different game and it had us chained to the computer. Like, if you've ever done Fiverr before, there's a literal countdown timer clock. So when the order starts, before you've approved it or not, like they just pay, the clock starts and there's this countdown thing that happens. And we got so popular on Fiverr that there was like 10 to 20 orders happening at once. And it made traveling very difficult because when we would be in China, you know, last year we were in Shanghai and we were getting orders and the days all different.
Yeah.
And it like, yeah, it's like, it was tricky.
And you can pause your gig, like your listing or whatever.
But if you pause, your rankings go down.
Exactly. Yeah. That's why we didn't want to do that.
So it was a blessing in disguise for sure, because we did manage to replace that income that we lost on Fiverr. And it was a great experience. We actually don't regret what happened. And
no,
it led us to some amazing things.
It also really, like, it forces you to work your muscle. When you have that many orders coming in, because of being on Fiverr, have created hundreds and hundreds, maybe even 1,000, I don't know. Yeah. Like at a very fast pace of graphics and workbooks and worksheets and PDF designs and all that kind of stuff. So in a sense, I was also honing my craft that way. So if you're someone who's brand new, like a new designer or something like that.
We still recommend Fiverr.
Yeah, it's a good place to actually get in the game and practice being a business, you know, creating and providing good service to customers, and also racking up on your reviews, because that is a good form of leverage. When you get good reviews on Fiverr, screenshot those and put them on your website, post them in elsewhere,
your profile, and like, you know, show people that other people enjoy your stuff. Don't be afraid to show that to people.
Yeah.
So that people know that what you're actually capable of doing. And like, yeah, it was a blessing in disguise, and it was very scary when it happened, because all of a sudden, literally, like,
it was heartbreaking.
$5,000-$6,000 a month, boom, exploded, gone, dissipated. And I remember the exact moment when it happened. We were in a coffee shop, and this lady sent the craziest message ever, even though we were being the most polite ever. Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
And she literally wanted to hurt us really crazy. And I remember sitting in that coffee shop, and it was full, and we got that email, and I remember looking to read, and I'm like, oh my God.
Instant anxiety.
Like this is like a huge blow. Like this is crazy. But then when it happened, we're like, okay, what do we do now? Where are we going next? What is the plan of attack here? We're like, okay, it's gone, it exploded, move, keep going, keep running. Like, where are we now?
Yeah, that's all you can do. Like we could have just, you know, been just completely we were distraught, but we could have just even wallowed even more in that and been like, why did this have to happen? And like really try to resuscitate our, you know, keep talking to Fiverr support to get our page back and all this kind of stuff. But you know, it was a lesson learned. We believe everything happens for a reason. We really do believe that. And when something like that happens, it's like, okay, what now? We just have to think of the next thing. What else do we have going on? What else can we create? What else can we market or put ourselves out there? It's again, that whole muscle of adapting.
And also, you know, because we did lose that huge amount of income, it was very good that we had multiple streams of income. Never rely, especially in the online digital world, never rely on one source of income. You never know what can happen. And even in the physical world, don't rely on one source of income. You need to have multiple pillars. Pillars will get affected. Things can happen. Look at what's happening right now. Do you think anyone expected this to happen in their year? Like, we're so fortunate that our, you know, YouTube is flying through the roof right now, and the revenue there is still good, because we lost a lot of our service-based customers, because they have to think about what they're spending, and they can't really get graphic design work done from a REIT right now, because, you know, they might have lost their job and they need to worry about their families, which is totally understandable. So that's why, you know, you need to have multiple streams of income, because you really never know what's going to happen.
Yeah, absolutely.
Lenny says, smash the like and subscribe, everyone. That would be appreciated.
Thank you, Lenny.
We love doing these, so please keep the questions coming. We want to answer and help as many people as possible. Like, this is what keeps us alive. Like, I have to admit, earlier today, I was feeling pretty crappy, like tired. I was like tired. It's like a little bit hot in here, and there's no air conditioning, and we're up high with a bunch of windows. So I was feeling pretty lethargic, but I'm feeling pretty energized right now.
Yeah, that's good.
Lenny says,
oh, I've heard of that.
I don't know how to pronounce that, but
I just call it Ahrefs. I don't know how you actually say it, but yes, I've heard of that tool. That is also a good tool, Lenny.
Oh wait, is it Roland said whose dog is barking?
Yeah,
some dog
it's really loud,
like hundreds of feet down the ground is barking.
But it sounded closer, which is why I was like, what's happening? Maybe it's someone's dog on a
There's
balcony.
Always like one person's dog that's so crazy. It's so loud. There's a tiny Pomeranian on our floor that is really cute, but like this one is like, every day it does that for a certain amount of time.
Daily barks.
Liat says my Fiverr sales have gone up during the quarantine.
Awesome.
That's so cool, Liat.
Very
so
cool.
People have been ordering different kinds of gigs. What kind of gigs do you offer, Liat? Let's see. Braden says you're professionals and you handled it like professionals. Thank you. We really, it was a lot of restraint because I really, I was like, I knew it wasn't going to do me any benefit to freak out and like lash out the same way that she did.
Yeah.
It wasn't going to do anything. You could tell she was a lost cause. You could tell. And when you learn about people hurt people. So clearly she is majorly hurt in her own life. Like when you're happy, you will not attack people like that, which was really crazy.
So interesting. She was a motivational speaker.
I know. Lenny says, wow, no AC. Never. And then the thing is here in Vancouver,
you don't need AC.
The units aren't, they don't provide AC. Like most people don't have AC in their homes.
Yeah, you have to have it installed if you really want to, but
most people in Vancouver don't have AC units.
It's not like Florida or something where you would be dying, but and also because we're high up, like just opening the windows kind of allows the air to flow. It's like cooler air because we're right by the ocean, right? So it's Arctic air.
This building is like less than a year old, and we asked the person like, because we were excited. We thought because it was new that there was going to be AC, and then the owner said,
the building doesn't allow it.
The building didn't allow it for some law. I don't know, some code,
some hazard.
Yeah,
which we thought was really strange.
Yeah, so most don't have AC here in Vancouver.
We roll with it. There's a lot of other positives, so we overlooked the AC.
We only get a short amount of time for summer.
Yeah,
most of the time it's not blazing hot here, so that's why it's like they don't really install it here, and that's why when we go to places in the United States or wherever that have AC that we're not used to it, I get like a cold. Like I get like a sickness. I get a cold.
Yeah.
Because I'm not used to it. Or in Vegas when they blast it all the time. Oh man, I'm like having to wear like full on jackets when I'm walking through the hotels and stuff.
Weak Canadians we are.
Robin says, what's your source of income from YouTube? So we use our YouTube channel to create many different pillars of income, and we are always suggesting this to other YouTubers. So we have, I think it's like 5 sources of income through our YouTube channel. So we have our YouTube Google ad revenue. So the ads that pop up at the beginning, middle, end of the videos, those little graphic banners on the side and at the on the video and on the side of the video on the page, anywhere where you see an ad basically. And then there's affiliate income. So from different affiliate programs, not just Amazon affiliate, which is what most people know about. There are other programs, like if we're doing an interview and the other person that we're interviewing has an affiliate program, other products and services, they have their own affiliate programs. There's that. And then there's our online courses. So we have courses on our website that we're just starting now, as well as other websites as well. And then we also have our services. So we do have our one-on-one coachings, whether it be through Camtasia coaching or YouTube coaching, or SEO coaching, different types of coaching that we have. And we also
and design services too. So all of
graphic design
our
services.
one-on-one stuff, our services are on our website, and we just kind of filter people back to the website depending on the video that we release on our channel. We always put associated or related links on there. So if I'm doing a design tutorial, then there'll be links to my services if people just want to outsource to me. If there's a something on YouTube that we're putting out on our channel, then we'll link to our SEO course and our YouTube course. So it's always related, because you got to think about who's coming to that video, what else could be helpful to them, and providing those resources for them in the description.
And another one is sponsored video revenue is the last one. So those are the different kinds of pillars just from our YouTube channel. And we always recommend people use their YouTube channel to funnel into different things, because you never know what could happen. So someone says, hello, fellow YouTubers. Yeah, there's a ton here.
How's it going?
And then Liat says, voiceovers and some funny video and some video editing and product testing for my beautiful cat, Fuzzy. She is a YouTube star. Yeah, Liat's cat is crazy.
So Liat's talking about the gigs that she has on Fiverr. That's really cool. I know you have a couple of different voiceover gigs on there. That's really cool. And video editing and product testing. Yeah, so
this is her cat, Fuzzy.
Fuzzy is quite the popular little
she
kitty.
Rakes it in.
She does rake it in.
Yeah, because she does all these product testings for cat products.
It's like a cat model.
And then Tamila says, you would need it if you were here in Houston.
Yeah, you would need AC for sure. Absolutely. Even in Toronto, I know I see the No Fun says, yeah, in Toronto, you would need it too.
Yeah, you need it in Toronto.
It's not so much, we don't get crazy hot summers here.
It's different.
I mean, maybe it'll go to like, what, I don't know in Fahrenheit for our US viewers, but 25 degrees Celsius.
They'll be like,
it won't really go to 30.
In our summertime, this is Vancouver, not talking about other parts of British Columbia, because in other parts of British Columbia, then it gets like way hotter.
Yes.
But I'm talking about in Vancouver, the actual, it's like city. There's usually like 1 week of really crazy hot, and then that's about it. And then it goes.
And everyone goes crazy, and they're at the beaches and not wearing very much clothing. They're like, yeah. But other than that,
you know it, it's fall, and then it's gone.
Yeah, and then you have your pumpkin spice lattes and turtleneck sweaters.
Braden says, thanks for my patience with all my questions today.
No problem, Braden.
We welcome all that. Liat says, Fuzzy scores most of the gigs. That's awesome.
Nice. She's hustling. She's working it.
Thank you guys for being awesome. You guys were the ones that got me interested in merch by Amazon. Cool. I'm starting to get into the world of merch, and it's pretty crazy. Awesome. Yeah. Merch is a really cool place. I mean, definitely, I recommend that to a lot of people all the time. You might start to hear a lot of
I was just gonna say. So you might hear some screaming and banging and all that kind of stuff. It's the tribute to the medical staff and
the
during their
essential
shift
workers.
Yeah, it's everyone saying thank you. I don't know if let us know if that happens in your area, guys, wherever you're from. But
yeah, you can
people get
I don't know
really
if you can
kind of hear it like.
At 7 p.m.
drum beating, there's horn honkings.
Yeah, at 7 p.m. for like 3 or 4 minutes, everyone goes crazy with the cheering. It's even crazier at the hospitals in downtown Vancouver. They have sirens, the fire trucks and the police cars going off. And this is when the nurses, and I don't know about the doctors, but they do their shift change and they pay tribute to carrying us through this whole thing.
It's been getting louder and louder every night. It's been getting louder. It's really cool. It's so cool. Yeah, you see everybody standing out on their balconies and stuff, just clapping and cheering. And Jewel has
I have a megaphone.
Yeah, the megaphone
thing, and it has like a siren thing on it too. And then I'm usually screaming out the window, yeah!
Yeah, we join in sometimes. It's pretty fun. But it's so cool. It feels so cool to just kind of hear and see everybody cheering and like acting as one community together.
It's like you don't,
Cool.
there's so many things happening in the day, and then all of a sudden you hear this and you're like, oh, it's 7 p.m.
Yeah,
It's like
exactly.
you know the
We
time.
know the time. Yeah.
Oh, a couple of things I wanted to quickly share before we end. So yesterday, if you saw, we were doing the quarantine life in the car because we had to deliver groceries to our parents. And the way that grocery shopping is now completely has changed. And it takes a long time to do grocery shopping now. You got to suit up with the mask and all that, gloves, sanitizer, everything. And we're being cautious. So with our parents, like that's why we're delivering it to them. And we actually help sanitize their groceries when we give it to them and stuff. So that's why it takes a long time. But in the process, I had some things delivered to my parents' house, and I wanted to show a couple items. So this is what I'm talking about. This I get, sometimes you get, actually not sometimes, when you start reviewing products on your YouTube channel, you will start to get a lot of companies reach out to you and want to send you stuff for free. So I'd say at least 3 or 4 times a week, I get emails from different companies that want to send us stuff. Some are paid gigs, some are not. Some just want to send you free stuff to do videos on. And this was one of them that this company, this is probably one of the number one sellers on Amazon for headphones that isn't like the high-end name brand. Like it's not like a Bose or anything, but you'll see they're called MPAL, and they have many different kinds of headsets, and they do really well on Amazon. And I think this is one of their newer products. It's a noise canceling wireless headphones, and they wanted to send me a pair to try out. And I'm always in the market for a good pair of headphones. So I have different headphones for different things. I have headphones for specifically working out. I have wireless earbuds for when I'm washing dishes or working out. And I have these other noise canceling headphones that are a bit smaller for when I'm on the plane. So like I have different ones that I've gotten, and because I know MPOW is a good company, I said yes to receiving this one.
Yeah, that goes for different channels, different YouTube channels, not just ours. Like if you're, whatever your channel is about, you will have people reaching out in that space and offering to do sponsored videos. I just had one the other day for my music channel, my music YouTube channel. I had DistroKid, which is a music distributor, reach out to me asking or offering to pay like $200 for me to create a video talking about it. Or, it's really, it's so cool. It's so cool what you building a fan base and followership and community can lead to in terms of opportunity. But of course, like when you get those offers, definitely check out the product or service. Make sure it's something that you're happy with and you've tried out before actually recommending to your followers. We don't just recommend anything that comes our way. We always make sure to test it out. It's like blurry right now.
Oh, it's because of what's happening?
We're still blurro vision.
We've lost it. We've become blurry.
There we go.
Okay.
Just wait for the blur to fade.
Robin says, spell MPAL. No, it's MPOW.
MPOW.
MPOW headphones. And I have their other ones, their sportier ones. And then here's the thing. Sometimes you'll do a review on something that you personally bought, and then they will send you products. Like they will send you stuff because they've seen your video. So, I always recommend people to do review channels. Product Patrol does reviews all the time on his channel. Here's another item. This item we didn't get for free. We bought. It's called the TEP Travel Wi-Fi. It's TEP wireless. Their little device is called the Tepi. I'll be doing like an unboxing. But basically what this is, it's portable Wi-Fi when you're in different countries. So when we were in China, for instance, we were in Shanghai, and our telephone's from Canada, and if we were to do a live stream or go on internet with our current phone provider carrier and just turn it on over there, you would be charged like an arm and a leg.
Yeah.
So that's why we use TEP Wi-Fi, because when you pay, you have to buy the device and then you pay per day. And for us, we are live streaming, we're going on internet, like we're always using the internet in different countries. And so when you turn this on, I think it charges you like $7.95 a day. And I believe you can connect 5 devices, it says 5 devices, and it's 4G LTE speed. And we've done live streams on this. And what it does is whatever country you're in, it takes the signal from those cell towers in that country. So when we were in Shanghai, called the Bund, is by the water where you can see all the buildings. We were doing live stream there, and it was grabbing all of the cell towers so that we could have internet.
Yeah, we just turned it on, and then you pay the rate for the day, and then you have internet for 24 hours, and then you turn it off. And then you can turn it on whenever you want. It doesn't need to stay on. I believe you get
1 or 2 gig a day, which was fine for us. And we did live streams that were like up to 30 minutes, maybe even 40 minutes long in some places. And we've used this in Germany, the UK, Israel. We were live streaming, Netherlands. So we've used it in many different countries. The only place this didn't work was Bermuda. Which is a tiny, tiny country. And when we were there like a year and a half ago or something, they had just gotten 4G. Like the island had just gotten 4G.
Maybe it's changed now. I wonder.
Maybe they can use it now.
That was a year and a half ago.
I remember that was like disappointing because that was my sister's wedding. We were in Bermuda for my sister's wedding. And I brought this so that we could do live stream of my sister's wedding. But we weren't able to use it. And then my sister said, like, she was like, what? We can't do live stream? And I was like, well, we can, but we have to use our regular phones. So we actually ended up using her phone. And she's like, screw it. It's my wedding. I want it live streamed. So we live streamed from her phone, and her bill was pretty high, but it was totally worth it because it was on the beach, and it was like 5-6 p.m. sunset.
That's also a video on our channel.
Yeah,
too.
there's a video. Type in Essetino, Bermuda, and you'll see my sister's wedding that we live streamed. And there were like hundreds of people watching the live stream back in because a lot of people couldn't make it out to Bermuda. It was a small wedding. It was like less than 50 people, and the majority of the people there was the wedding party. So, it was a really small wedding, and a lot of people were watching all over the world, and it was just really cool to stream that. It was really cool.
Once you've seen Bermuda beaches, oh man, it's so like you come back to Vancouver for the beach
First
here.
Of all, there are no beaches.
Man, here. Well,
it's just
they
rocks.
call them beaches, but it's just like gravel, really.
We got
white sand.
We got mountains and trees here.
We have a different kind of beauty, nature beauty here. That's for sure.
But yeah, Bermuda's a very hidden gem country that not many people go to or know about. Yes, it's the Bermuda Triangle thing. But I asked so many locals about the Bermuda Triangle, and they don't even really, it's just like, it's more known outside of Bermuda than it really is there. And when we took a boat ride to go see some shipwrecks and stuff, the captain was all of a sudden like, all right, so we're at the edge of the Bermuda Triangle. And I'm like, what? We're in the triangle?
And all the tourists are freaking out.
We're freaking out, and we're like, we're in the triangle. And like, I think I did like a picture, and then I was like, I'm in the Bermuda Triangle.
You have to get something like that to post on Instagram or Facebook.
And then Lenny said, that's very nice. Review it. Yes, I will be doing a review video on those 2 products soon. And then Jojo said, I saw the video of your sister's destination wedding. Yeah, that was like a once in a lifetime thing. So cool for all of us to be there. We got an Airbnb and we all stayed together. The prices are astronomical in terms of groceries.
Oh,
We were not, I mean, I didn't know, but like, because it's a tiny, tiny island, no joke. You can literally take a bus ride. There's like one bus line, and you can take it from one side of the island to the other in an hour. So you could technically walk the entire island in like 3 hours. It's super small.
Probably more.
The
But
people
yeah.
are so nice. It's so beautiful. And yeah, it was a really cool destination wedding. And when we went in the grocery stores, because it's so tiny and so small, everything has to be imported. There's no farms or anything. They cannot grow. They don't have the type of soil and things like that to grow crops. And so everything gets imported. So like a watermelon, no joke, $30 30 for one watermelon. A loaf of bread, not even like premium, it's like $12 US.
We ended up buying the watermelon because her mom really wanted
I know.
watermelon.
My mom,
She's like, just buy it.
she sent us to the grocery store, and then she's like, I really want some watermelon. And I'm like, Mom, it's like $30 US. That's like 40 Canadian. She's like, well, we need it. There's nothing we can do. And I'm like, okay, here we go for a $30 US watermelon.
It was good. It was good, but I don't think it was worth $30.
Yeah. Well, there's nothing you can do. Everything's imported there.
Yeah. But really, really beautiful place to visit if you ever get to go.
Yeah.
Let's see here.
All right.
Roland says, looked up the population. I thought it was more than that too.
I thought we had like 1 million people at least in just Vancouver.
Maybe that's just the city of Vancouver. Because I guess when we say Vancouver, to us here locals, we're thinking of the Lower Mainland, which consists not just of the city of Vancouver, but it's also like
Wait, you're including
there's Richmond
Burnaby?
and yeah, Burnaby is in that. There's like the Lower Mainland cities. So that's probably what we're thinking is a higher
I feel like
population.
Yeah.
Just scrolling through the comments here.
Yeah, it is a really tiny but hidden gem of a country. I would totally go back. We stayed there for 2 weeks and we did so many things there, swam with the turtles, not like with a tour or anything. Like we went into the water and got our own snorkels. A local told us where to find turtles. And then it was like this tiny beach that was a local's beach. And then we just went in the water and there was like so many turtles, and we were just hanging out with the turtles for a long time and just like fell asleep on the grass, and they were eating,
They were eating
it was so cool.
Seaweeds or whatever.
They're super protective of their nature and things there.
Yeah, you can't touch them, of course.
And then Jojo said, yeah, you paid what? Yeah, it's astronomical, the prices there. Be prepared to spend a lot on groceries and in the food, because like they have to import everything. It's crazy. And then Braden says the Greater Vancouver area is around 2.5 million. Yeah, it seems like there's a lot of people here.
That seems more accurate. Okay, yeah. Roland was saying that numbers from 2017 also doesn't include other cities. Yeah. Where you're from, population 4,000. Wow,
that's crazy. Do you know most of the people, or is that still a little bit like?
I've never lived in such a small town before. I wonder what that's like.
I know. Roland's always posting videos of being in the countryside, chopping wood, riding your dirt bike, and I'm like, that's cool.
Yeah, I imagine it must be very peaceful.
Yeah,
it would be strange for us to like sleep there and just not hear any sound, because here there's always something happening outside your window in the city, like you're hearing construction or cars.
Remember when we went to Vancouver Island and we went to there's this caving place called Horn Lake
yes.
Caves. It's where you can go caving, and it's also a hidden gem. It's on Vancouver Island, and I forgot what part of Vancouver Island, but we had to rent an Airbnb,
Look it up.
and it wasn't as populated. And I remember when we got up the next morning to get ready to go caving, there was like a deer in the backyard, and we're like, is the door locked? And like
Qualicum Beach.
Qualicum Beach, right? Qualicum Beach.
Yeah, Qualicum Beach is where the Horn Lake Caves are, and it's basically, you can go caving, so you rappel down into the ground, into these caves.
I'd have to say second scariest thing I've done.
Oh, first, the stratosphere is number one. Yes. I love the caving so much. I wasn't so scared at all. I was just so fascinated. And, you know, part of the caving is like you can do different adventures through there. We chose the most extreme one, which like you really like rappel down into the ground, down this waterfall,
all
and like
the way down to the end.
Yeah, and you crawl. There's a certain part where you have to really get down on your knees. Actually, even on our stomachs, I remember it was so narrow that you had to crawl down. It was so cool.
Where like I'm 5'3", you know, I'm not that tall, and I don't know how some people get through there, because I was having a hard time getting through the cracks because it was so low. He's like, get on the ground and scooch through, and like it was tight and it was dark, and luckily, because I was afraid of like bugs and spiders and stuff, luckily he said there's no living things in the cave, so there was no like spiders or anything. But it's a crazy trip to be going in this cave. And there was one point where he said, turn off your masks, and there's water dripping because it seeps from the top, and depending on the season. And he's like, turn off all your lights and stuff and just feel the cave, the energy of the cave. And
that was my favorite part.
Like kind of scary because you're like, oh my God, like
you're deep in the ground, just listening to nothing, and it's dark and it's silent, and you're with a few other people. It was our group. There's 3 of us,
and that was it,
and the guide. And we had like that,
it was a private tour.
Yeah, it was so fun. So fun.
Oftentimes when we book these things, it's just us. Because like I don't know, like he's like, we usually have like 8 people in this group.
Hey Boondock,
how's it going? Lenny says, why don't you have a travel channel? You need one. Well, that's what our vlogs are usually about, is we sprinkle in the vlogs here and there.
Yeah. And
that's when we do our travels. I only vlog when something's interesting. I don't do like daily vlogs where it's like follows me everywhere. But yeah, only when we travel is when we do the vlogs. And yeah, I love filming them because I always look back and remember the times and stuff. I did vlog the caving one if you want to see that. That was a whole interesting one.
Yeah. Most of our travels that we have been on, Jewel will create a vlog out of it and put it on this channel.
There's 30 people in my town.
Wow.
What?
Wow.
Wow.
150 on bingo night.
Linda says, I'm back. What did I miss? Oh man, we talked about like so many things. Talked about Bermuda, like a ton of things. And then Roland says, that sounds great in the caves.
And Lenny says, that's not my thing.
We've got 2 opposite.
No, it's not. It's not for everybody. But I mean, I didn't even know that I would be into it. It was a first time thing. And we saw a video on it, and we saw some cool reviews, and because we always are looking for new fun adventures. Because that's our vibe. Like that's what we want to do, is just try new things and just have fun and live life, right? So that was a really cool, one of a kind experience. And turns out I really loved it. And Jewel,
here's the thing, I like it, but I also get really scared. I oftentimes, because I'm doing these adventures, is because I'm overcoming a fear, or I'm trying to get through a fear. And a lot of you guys know I'm afraid of heights. And when we did the caving thing, I was even more afraid of heights. And there's this part in the cave where the only way you can move on is you need to rappel down, I can't remember how many feet, but because it's a cave, it's completely pitch black, and the only thing that you see is from your light from your lamp, your headlamp.
Yeah.
And so we got to this big cave, like a crevice in the ground, like huge, and he's like, okay, this is the part where you need to rappel down.
It's a natural waterfall in the ground, underground, and there's, I can't remember how many feet
several
down.
100 feet. Like, if you fell, you would die. So it's a good amount of height. And
but they did like a whole training on how to rappel down with the ropes and everything not the day before, but earlier in the day, I think.
So you need to strap up with all the
Yeah.
ropes, and the guide is a trained rappeller or whatever, and he's the one rappelling you down, but you need to know how to rappel it properly, because if you don't, then you smash your legs and stuff like that, and get bruises and things. And I remember there's a part where before you start rappelling, you kind of just need to step off the edge and just like go hang in this abyss of blackness, and you cannot see anything down at the bottom. Even when Arit and my friend Phoebe, they already were down at the bottom. They were so far down, even with their lights on, I couldn't see them.
Yeah,
that's how far it was down, is the light did not transmit anymore. And so when I went down, I was like, he's like, you just have to let go and you just have to hang. And I had a panic attack. Internally, I don't have one of those big kinds where I'm freaking out all loud. I'm having it internally. And like, as I'm rappelling, I'm hyperventilating and I'm scared. And I do these things because I know I'm scared and I want to get over them. That's one of the reasons why I jumped off the Stratosphere Hotel building in Las Vegas on January 1st. I have to say I had to build up the courage to that one. But yeah, we're always doing these kinds of like craziness things.
That's an extreme example though, guys. Don't feel like you have to follow that.
Lenny says, have you had any bad experiences with tour guides? Not completely terrible, but I have to say the worst one was the tour guide when we went to Grand Canyon. He was horrible at explaining. He was our tour. First of all, this tour was like
Grand Canyon.
One of those full day tours where, you got to meet at like 6 a.m. and then they drop you off at like midnight because, you need to drive off. We were in Las Vegas and we wanted to see Grand Canyon, which is hours away. And we didn't want to rent a car. We'd rather do a tour. And the tour guide was pretty bad. Like he wasn't very good at explaining what was happening.
He's just kind of like stopping at a place and being like, there you go, guys, walk around, go look at stuff.
You can just tell when someone's into it and when someone's not. And usually tour guides are totally into it because they're tour guides.
They're passionate about it, usually.
But I have to say that one was the worst one. He wasn't like outright mean or anything. We've had better tour guides. Someone said, no thanks to caves for me. Too many stories of people getting stuck, but glad you had fun.
Not for claustrophobic people, definitely. I can tell you that.
Yeah. I saw a video where this girl stayed in a tree in Panama. It was a tree house, an Airbnb. Even had a toilet.
Cool. See, we look for stuff like that. We totally
do that. That sounds cool.
We always look for Airbnb experiences wherever we go because usually those are the most unique kind. So that is something we would do.
There was this Airbnb experience where the whole house was like a board games theme.
Where was that?
I don't know where it is, but it was featured. And
that sounds cool.
This guy decked out his house because he's obsessed with board games and stuff. And every room was like a board game. And it was like if you had a group of people and you want to play like board games and stuff, that would be cool. I'm fine watching a YouTube video. Yeah, you could even get really scared watching the YouTube video.
Oh, yeah. Before she did the Stratosphere, she was just watching a whole bunch of YouTube videos of people jumping off the tower.
Yeah, because I wanted to know what I was getting into. So I watched like at least 10 people of all different kinds. And I have to say most people weren't scared except for this one guy. And it actually, I was at ease when I saw him because most people weren't scared. Roland said, hope it wasn't the board game
would
Clue.
love that.
I think it might have been.
I love Clue, so I would be quite into that murder mystery.
Product
kind of
Patrol
thing.
says, we're here. Thank you, Product Patrol.
Yeah, thanks for sticking on the live
I
stream here this
know.
whole time,
Everyone's
guys.
like going for it. That sounds cool. Board games theme. I know. Urit's a
We'd have to look
gamer.
that up. Yeah.
As I'm saying, my voice is getting all scratchy now.
Well, you have been on hour and a half. I've been talking for longer too. With the last session, but yeah, I love Clue. I would always play the digital version on some app or whatever.
Oh, Roland says I'm so good at Clue.
Oh, really?
Challenge.
We should have a game, Roland. That would be fun.
There's an online version of Clue. It's an app, and Urit was playing it heavily, and at one point she was number 1 in Canada.
Yes. I'm not gonna lie, I beat out a lot of people, but I haven't played it in a while, so I'd need to sharpen my Clue skills.
She was playing against
before the battle.
It was like you play against other people, obviously online, and it was cool because it was like all animated and stuff, and it was cool to watch. Liat is like,
or Braden.
I'm in. Yeah, it's so. I can't remember. Obviously, it's called Clue, but it's like it's an app, and then everyone tell us their usernames when they when they join.
I love mysteries.
Yeah, at one point, she was playing every evening and getting her score up, and she got to number 1, man.
Yeah. And
she would always guess it. And even she played against the computer, and she even still won. But she played against other people all the time, like 5-player, and she would always beat them.
Yeah. Those great times, guys. Great times. And then once I hit the number 1, I was like, okay, my work is done here. Let's move on to something else.
Roland says, never played online. Check it out. Download it on your phone or computer.
You know what? Maybe one day I'll look it up, and then I'll post in the Creative Business Success Facebook group, and I'll be like, who wants to play a game?
Yeah, and then you can say online. And then go online at the same time and then challenge each other.
I'd be down for that. That sounds like fun.
Make sure you're part of the Creative Business Success group.
Yeah, to play a game of Clue. This is fun.
Clue is one of my favorite movies, too. Oh, the one with Johnny Depp? Was it Johnny Depp?
I think, is that Murder on the Orient Express or something like that?
And then Roland says, I only beat my family. Maybe I'm not that good. Yeah, maybe try on the app, Roland. Because, yeah, there are some hardcore people playing on there. And it's cool because, it's like it's not just like a regular video game. It's like you're playing against people, and it's like, it's a good amount of time. Like, it's not like a quick game.
Yeah, it takes you into the story. So when you're moving your piece into a room, you'll go into that room and then see like what the scenery looks like and stuff. It's pretty cool.
And they would change it up depending on the seasons and stuff.
Yeah.
Here.
Are you looking it up right now?
Clue. Hold on. Clue, the classic mystery game.
There you go. Those are my Clue days.
It's pretty cool. They did a really good job with the animation. And
Braden says it's the movie from the 80s.
Oh.
I'm not sure that I've seen that. I'd have to watch that. Cool, awesome. Well, this has been fun, guys.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Talked about so many different things. Braden and some of other, like Robin, I think. A bunch of you guys were asking questions. That's great. We encourage you to ask questions. That was awesome. Thank you for putting those in the chat here. We went through a bunch of business stuff, travel stuff, landed on board games. I love it. You never know where these lives are going to take us.
Well, that's what the quarantine life is about.
Yeah.
They've evolved so much. All right, guys, I think we're going to end it here. And we will see you tomorrow for the Quarantine Life episode 23 at 6 p.m. PST. This is a real good one. Thank you guys so much for the interaction. We appreciate your time and hanging out. Linda, she said, how cute. That's cool. Liat, I love your kitty.
A lot of people do, like Fuzzy.
Fuzzy. It's their name. The cat's name is Fuzzy, and she's really cute.
Yeah. Awesome, everyone. Have a great night. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you again here tomorrow. Bye for now.